In this Starfield video, I will be sharing with you the patch notes of today's updates. That's right, Bethesda have released a second patch within 48 hours of each other. Before we do get into all of today's patch notes though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates for Starfield. So 2 days ago, I made a video covering the Steam beta patch that has released. And that's an opt-in patch, so it's not made available for everyone. It's just an opt-in one if you choose to do it if you have the Steam version of the game. This was to test various new improvements to the game, including DLSS support, brightness and contrast, as well as HDR calibration, the ability to eat items when you see them in the game world, many bug fixes and more. However, Bethesda aren't resting, because 48 hours later, they have issued a subsequent update following on from that, which is specifically still within the beta period, so it's only for players that have opted in, but it does address a bunch of issues players have found. This update's download size comes in at around 750 megabytes, so nothing too big. The previous update version was 1.8.83. This is 1.8.84. In terms of graphics, they've improved the overall stability of dlss. They have also fixed an issue with frame generation, where occasionally a blur effect could be seen and the screen could turn black. Another issue fixed with DLSS frame generation is where there would be occasional blurring or ghosting artifacts that could be seen specifically on characters. Also, they fixed an issue where there would be some grain and sharpening being observed in very dark areas when DLSS was enabled. Here are some fixes made to the UI. So they fixed an issue where the DLSS preset was defaulting from quality to performance or vice versa upon exiting the display settings. They've improved the localization when it comes to the settings to do with DLSS. An issue where frame generation couldn't be turned on correctly unless DLSS was enabled has been fixed, and they've also fixed that bug that was a known issue where it would force VSync off when frame generation was turned on. This next fix is to do with gameplay, and they fixed an issue where occasionally the camera could shake incorrectly during travel. They fixed the gameplay issue where occasionally the camera could shake incorrectly during travelling, grav jumping, docking or landing transitions. It is fantastic that Bethesda seem to have been able to iterate fairly quickly when it comes to this patch by getting this out and fixing a bunch of issues with DLSS. This is why this beta period was needed rather than just rolling out fully, otherwise there would be a lot of backlash as to why things like this aren't working. Yes, these should probably have been caught by Bethesda's QA, and maybe they had been, but just wasn't ready in time for the first beta release. In my personal opinion, it's great to see that they've been able to iterate fairly quickly, and it gives me hope for the future. I really hope Bethesda can get out the main big updates to everyone, whether they be on Xbox or the PC version of Game Pass relatively soon, and I will have a video as soon as that is made available or there are any updates to that, so make sure you do stay subscribed for that. Comment below your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, and be sure to subscribe. Drop a like to help support the channel, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.